Holloway versus
Mhm.
Dustin Poirier. Man,
Man, that's a banger fight,
that's
fireworks
a banger.
the whole night.
One of the narratives, like as much of an amazing fight this is, one of the narratives that UFC was running out like the title fights, and they wanted to
Mhm.
put like a main event for the UFC, like a UFC pay per view.
Yeah.
So they actually put they're kind of using the BMF title bout as like an actual title bout. So like
Mhm.
they didn't have an actual title fight, so they're putting BMF belt as like the main event of a UFC pay per view.
Okay.
So many people are kind of criticizing this point as well. They'd be like, UFC is trying to get away with this, so they're not actually having the fighters ready to fight for the title. So they would actually do this, use the BMF title, because that's become like a thing now. That you had Nate Diaz fighting Jorge Masvidal first, and people thought that it was going to be like a one-time thing. And then you had Justin Gaethje fight for the BMF title, and then you had Justin Gaethje fight again against Max Holloway, and now you have Dustin Poirier
Yeah.
versus Max Holloway. I mean, I'm
Mm,
excited about the fight. It's an amazing fight. These guys have fought twice before, and these guys are actually the BMF. They're actually the BMF. Like they're good
yeah.
contenders for the
Currently.
BMF.
Yeah. Currently, I agree.
Who do you think is getting this fight?
Uh, I don't know. I think Dustin is a black belt, so he can choose to just grapple with Max. I don't know how good his grappling is, but I think
Brother, who
Max
gave
has
him the black belt?
who gave him the black belt exactly.
Yeah.
But Max has evolved a lot from the last fight that he lost to Dustin, right?
Yes, he has evolved a lot.
Yeah, like his striking is so crispy. Everything is just good. He knows his range and his counters. He just figures his opponent out perfectly.
Just to
I
mention,
feel
so
like
you're picking.
yeah, I feel like if Dustin doesn't take him down, Max will have better of him. But I could be wrong completely. Yeah.
I agree. I think Max Holloway takes it. So the first fight was how many years ago? I think it was like 2010 or something. That was a long time ago.
Yeah,
That was 2010 or 12. Max Holloway was only 20 years old, by the way, in his
yeah.
the first fight that when he made a debut in the UFC. Dustin Poirier was not very old, but he was 23 years old. He had a bit more experience. He had a few fights in the UFC. Dustin Poirier was a better grappler, so even back then he had good grappling. He was able to submit Max Holloway, so that was not a competitive fight. But the second fight that they had was many people actually thought that Max Holloway was in his prime because that was after Max Holloway beat Jose Aldo twice for the featherweight
Mhm.
title. But the only thing is, Max Holloway at that time was not adapted to 155. The only reason he fought Dustin Poirier for 155 was because they had Khabib pulling out of the fight for some reason. So they
Mhm.
had to fill in the fight for Dustin against somebody else. And then Max was the one who